Chase Carter and his informant secretly infiltrate the restricted area, recording everything on camera. Chase suspects that the government is holding all political prisoners inside East Mission. He sneaks into one of the buildings and hides with his camera. Suddenly, American General Lyon appears with several soldiers. Chase was right. High-ranking officials and powerful businessmen are planning a covert operation to wipe out everyone inside the quarantine zone. The soldiers capture Chase's informant and kill him. Chase barely manages to escape. He stumbles into a room full of zombies, fending one off with a chair before hiding in a half-destroyed building. Another zombie attacks, but this time Chase fights it off with a metal pipe. At last, he manages to break free from the quarantine zone and reunite with his girlfriend, Sandra. An unknown man approaches Chase and warns him that he is in grave danger. The man introduces himself as George, a former employee of the Finn Trans Corporation. Together with Sandra, Chase, and George escape by car, evading pursuers. George reveals a shocking truth. Because of implanted chips, the authorities can inject any dose of the drug Zombrex into the American population at will, even a lethal one. This means the government could wipe out 1.5 million people in just minutes. As a test run, they plan to exterminate everyone in the quarantine zone and tell the public it was to stop the virus from spreading. Chase, George, Garth, and Sandra head back into the zone. We learned that Sandra is the only one of them with a Zombrex chip. Suddenly, the group is attacked. Not by zombies, but by living humans. They set a trap, capture Garth, and take the others prisoner.
Chase, Sandra, and George are dragged into a laboratory where people are working with General Lyon. Chase and George launch a desperate fight, while Garth breaks free from his captor and rushes to help. A fire breaks out, and the heroes barely escape before a massive explosion rips through the lab. Armed now, they continue through the city's empty streets. Soon, a military vehicle arrives, forcing them to hide in an abandoned parking garage. But a horde of zombies floods the place, and the group is forced into another brutal battle. Strangely, the zombies ignore Garth. Chase jumps into a car and tries to escape, but the zombies swarm it and smash the windows. He crawls out, only to realize Garth has turned into a zombie. But how? He had taken Zombrex. Chase is forced to fight his own friend. As more and more zombies close in, Chase takes down dozens, but eventually they overwhelm him. Just before it's too late, a mysterious woman saves him. It's Jordan Blair, his former partner. Together, they break into the server room, holding guards hostage. Sandra tries to infect the government's systems with a virus. Meanwhile, Chase discovers Leo Rand, who has tied up Jordan and injected her with a new strain of the virus. Rand holds the only antidote, meaning he can't be killed yet. At that moment, George appears and takes Rand out, seizing the antidote for himself. He betrays Chase, releasing zombies from their cages. Chase frantically searches and finds another vial of antidote. He must save Jordan. Zombies pour into the server room and lab. In the nick of time, Sandra succeeds in launching the virus, canceling the extermination plan. But the army is already ordered to bomb the quarantine zone. In a final desperate fight, Chase battles through the horde, using anything he can as a weapon. He injects Jordan with the antidote, bringing her back. Together, they rush to the rooftop and board a helicopter. As they take off, the army begins the bombardment. Meanwhile, George walks through a tunnel with the stolen antidote vial, only to be spotted and executed by General Lyon's soldiers. The cure for the zombie virus is lost forever, buried inside the ruins of the quarantine zone.